Welcome to the documentary 100 Wonders of China. Welcome to a special documentary about the most beautiful destinations in China, a country of over 9.6 million Myanmar, where natural beauty and ancient culture blend into unforgettable vivid pictures. In this video, we take you on a journey of discovery from majestic mountain ranges, endless fields, to ancient structures that are thousands of years old, all testament to the diversity and majesty of China. Get ready to explore 100 of the most remarkable places, from flower valleys to sacred mountains. Each of these places welcomes more than 1 million visitors a year and has its own unique legend. In particular, we will introduce hidden gems, destinations that have never been mentioned much, but still hold the most pristine beauty, such as Shengxianju, the Fairy Valley in Zhejiang Province. Don't miss this amazing journey. Shot from a drone at an altitude of over 200 meters, you will see China in a completely new and fascinating way. A prominent stop is the 100-meter-long Enhui Bridge, suspended in the sky at an altitude of 1,400 meters, located between steep mountains and floating white clouds. This project attracted more than 4 million check-ins on social networks in 2023 alone. Shengxianju, an area of 130 kilometers, is famous for its giant cliffs shaped like people dragons and phoenixes. According to legend, this place was once the resting place of immortals in Taoist culture. It is also a geological paradise with dozens of limestone caves and natural stone bridges. The rich ecosystem includes more than 250 rare plant species and animals such as mountain goats and giant eagles. Moving northeast is Qianshan Mountain in Liaoning Province, known as the Mountain of 1,000 Peaks, with more than 130 granite peaks rising from dense pine forests spanning nearly 70 square kilometers. This place has been a famous pilgrimage center for more than 200 years, especially during the Lunar New Year, attracting tens of thousands of people to climb to the highest peak at an altitude of 1,210 meters to pray for peace and luck. Legend has it that long ago, in a small village at the foot of the mountain, there was a wise old man who lived to be over 90 years old. He was the only one who knew the location of the rare herb that grew on the highest peak. One day, a young prince walked more than 800 kilometers from southern China in search of a cure for his father, a king who had been seriously ill for 3 years. The prince's journey was not easy. He had to overcome steep cliffs, forests full of wild animals, and blizzards as cold as 20 degrees. But with determination and the guidance of the old man, he overcame it all. After 5 days of continuous climbing, he finally reached the top and found the shimmering purple herb in the ice cave. Upon his return, the king had recovered. The prince became a hero, and the story spread among the people for hundreds of years, making Tian Shan Mountain a symbol of courage, hope, and miracles. The aura of hundreds of ancient statues and reliefs carved on the cliffs tell these legends in pictures. The statues, which date back more than 800 years, depict gods, sacred dragons, and divine birds protecting the mountain from wandering spirits and ancient curses. Among them, the most prominent are the 18-meter-long fire dragon statue and the immortal phoenix spreading its wings among the clouds. They are seen as symbols of power, rebirth, and loyalty, making Tianshan Mountain not only a scenic spot, but also a place where the mundane and the mythical intersect. The hidden truth about Tianshan Mountain makes anyone surprised. There are more than 130 granite peaks here, each ranging from 500 to 300 meters high, with distinct shapes such as birds, animals, people, and dragons, associated with hundreds of folk legends. Spread across the area are more than 200 strangely shaped stone blocks and nearly 50 ancient temples built of monolithic stone. Tianshan is covered by more than 6,000 hectares of primeval forest home to about 300 rare species including musk deer, golden phoenix, and ancient forest ginseng. It is a religious center with a history of more than 200 years, with dozens of Buddhist and Taoist temples located in deep valleys and on high mountain peaks. Every year, Tianshan attracts more than 1 million pilgrims, especially during the Vulan Festival and the Lunar New Year. Tianshan is especially famous for its majestic sunrises and sunsets. In autumn, the sun sets on the red maple leaves, causing the entire mountain range to appear to be on fire, a phenomenon known as the Sea of Red Fire that lasts from mid-October to early November. Another attraction is the natural hot springs. The most prominent is Tianquan, which has an average temperature of 42 degrees year-round and is rich in minerals such as sulfur and magnesium, which medical studies have shown to help treat skin and bone diseases. Tianshan is a paradise for trekking lovers with more than 30 trails. The routes range from easy ones like the 3-kilometer Cloud Valley journey to more advanced climbs like the 12-kilometer Zhenjing Peak for professional trekkers. More than 20 cultural and religious festivals take place in Tianshan every year. Notable among them are the Apricot Blossom Festival in early spring and the Buddha's Birthday Festival in the 4th lunar month, attracting tens of thousands of visitors from all over. Not only a spiritual destination, Tianshan has also been a source of artistic inspiration for centuries. Thousands of works of ink paintings, Tang poems such as Li Bai's Wang Qianshan or the ancient play Dragon Hidden in the Mountain are all inspired by this land. Tianshan has a unique microclimate, cool summers with an average temperature of 20 degrees Celsius and not so cold winters, rarely falling below D. Thanks to that, it becomes an ideal destination all year round, attracting both tourists and convalescents. Tourists can combine visiting mountains and exploring nearby natural attractions, ecological parks, museums, or traditional craft villages. Tourists can combine visiting mountains and exploring nearby natural attractions, ecological parks, museums, or traditional craft villages. Prominent among them is Chenshin National Forest Park, with an area of over 44 kilometers. There are dozens of trails through the forest, natural waterfalls up to 45 meters high, and observation decks that allow panoramic views of the mountains from above. A must-see stop for all ages. One day, a young prince from a distant land more than 800 kilometers away came to the small village at the foot of Chenshan Mountain. He is on a desperate journey to find a legendary herb to cure his father's terminal illness. A king who has been bedridden for more than 3 years, and no famous doctor has been able to save him. The wise old man in the village told the prince about a rare herb that only grows on the highest peak of Chenshan Mountain, which is 210 meters above sea level. It is a solitary tree that grows on a steep cliff, blooms only once every 12 years, and is surrounded by clouds all year round, making it difficult for anyone to see. The arduous journey begins with steep slopes and pristine forests where wild tigers still roam freely. An estimated 13 northern tigers remain in the reserve. The harsh weather, with temperatures dropping below 15 degrees Celsius at night, made the journey even more challenging. But the prince's courage and desire to save his father kept him going. Under the old man's guidance, the prince climbed for 5 days, and nights passing through icefalls, caves, and slippery rocks. Finally, he stood before a small foggy cave, the only place where there was a type of herb that emitted a purple glow in the darkness. Called by the locals the 1,000-year herb, Upon returning to the palace, the prince's father was cured within 7 days with a decoction made from that plant. The young man was hailed as a hero of the kingdom by the people, and Qianshan Mountain was recorded in history as a place of miracles and filial piety, attracting tens of thousands of pilgrims every year since then. The story of the prince's courage and wisdom is just one of hundreds of vivid legends that have turned Qianshan Mountain into a land of legend. To date, local people have recorded more than 260 folk legends associated with each mountain peak and stream in this forest of more than 70 kilometers. One of the most famous stories tells of an ancient treasure hidden deep in the mountains over 400 years ago during the turbulent period of the late Ming Dynasty. Every year, more than 500,000 international visitors come to Bengsi to experience the boat exploration journey, especially in summer and autumn, when the climate in the cave is cool and stable at around 12 degrees C. Eighth, Bengsi is not only a scenic spot, but also has strong spiritual elements. Locals believe that in the deepest recesses of the cave water, God worship rituals have been held for thousands of years, praying for favorable weather. Ninth, since its discovery in 1992, Bengsi Cave has quickly become one of the most popular ecotourism destinations in northeast China, recording more than 3 million visitors in the past 10 years. 10th, this cave is part of Benxi National Geological Park, covering an area of over 45 km², including stone forests, lakes, limestone hills, and underground cave systems. A place where geological, biological, and tourism values converge in a rare complex. Whether you're looking for a place to relax, adventure, or find spiritual connection, Benxi has something for you. This place both has the mysterious feeling of the underground and opens the gate to a world beyond time. The best time to visit Changbai Mountain is from May to September, when the weather is stable, the scenery is brilliant, and the most accessible of the year. Late spring and early fall are ideal times to avoid crowds but still enjoy peak beauty. In spring, Changbai Mountain comes alive with more than 300 species of wildflowers, lush green coniferous forests, and melting snow forming clear streams. This scenery is ideal for activities such as trekking, landscape photography, and wildlife viewing. Summer brings cool weather with an average temperature of around 20 degrees Celsius, suitable for mountain climbing, camping, and hiking. However, this is also peak season, so you should book rooms and tickets in advance to avoid overcrowding on weekends. Autumn, especially September, is marked by the red, yellow, and orange of thousands of maple and birch trees. The temperature ranges from 15 to 18 degrees Celsius. The number of visitors gradually decreases so the space becomes peaceful, very suitable for true nature lovers. Have you ever heard of Heaven Lake? It is also known as Tianqi, meaning lake in the sky in Chinese. This is one of the most magnificent volcanic lakes in Asia, associated with the legend of flying dragons and opening the sky. Heaven Lake is located on the border between China and North Korea, right in the heart of Changbai Baekdu volcano. This is a sacred place in Han Dynasty culture, worshipped by many religions as the place where heaven and earth meet. The lake is 2,189 meters above sea level, covers an area of 9.82 kilometers per dinar, and is up to 373 meters deep, making it one of the highest and deepest volcanic lakes in the world. In summer, the lake reflects the turquoise sky, creating a picturesque scene. Tianxi is located in the crater of Baekdu Mountain, an active volcano. The last major eruption was recorded in 1903, and scientists still monitor the area for unusual geological activity. The emerald green surface of Heaven Lake clearly reflects the surrounding Changbai mountain peaks, like a giant mirror stretching nearly 10 kilometers. On foggy days, the lake is covered in a thick layer of white smoke, creating a hazy scene that seems to come straight out of a myth. The area around the lake is home to more than 250 plant species and more than 30 species of wildlife, including Asian black bears, musk deer, and many rare migratory birds. This area is classified as a National Ecological Reserve because of its high biodiversity. Past volcanic activity has created many interesting geological phenomena, such as hot springs, thermal geysers, and strangely shaped sedimentary rock systems. Geologists have recorded at least 12 natural thermal springs around the lake, some of which remain weakly active in the summer. The indigenous people, especially the Manchu and Korean communities, consider this land sacred. They have performed ancient religious rituals here for over 1,000 years, praying for favorable weather and harmony with heaven and earth. In winter, the lake freezes completely for 5 months from November to April. Local legend has it that the lake is home to a giant water monster, often described as a water dragon tens of meters long. Some people claim to have heard strange sounds coming from the lake at midnight, arousing curiosity and attracting tourists who love to explore mysteries. Today, Thinduang Lake is a prominent ecotourism destination, welcoming about 300,000 visitors each year. Another special destination is the Anshan Jade Buddha Temple, which houses the world's largest Jade Buddha statue, 688 meters high, weighing more than 260 tons, carved from a single block of Myanmar jade. This work is not only a religious symbol, but also a sculptural marvel admired by millions of people every year. The third destination near Chinshan is Tangangzi Hot Spring, about 30 kilometers from the mountain. This spring has been famous since the Tang Dynasty, operating continuously for more than 1,000 years, and was once used by the imperial court as a place for high-ranking officials to recuperate. Today, Tangangzi is a popular resort with more than 20 natural mineral pools, offering spa treatments based on traditional Chinese medicine. Visitors come here to relax, treat joint and skin diseases, and restore energy after long mountain climbing trips. Fourth is the Dongshan Scenic Area, famous for its giant rocks and strange shapes such as elephants, birds, and meditating people. There are also ancient caves believed to date back to the Pre-Kin period, and pristine landscapes that have not been tourist-friendly. an ideal spot for those who like to explore off the beaten path. The fifth is Anshan ancient city, which has a history of more than 2,000 years. With its monolithic stone walls, ancient city gates, and well-preserved temples, Anshan is a living open-air museum of northeast China. Here, visitors can join tours with professional guides, learn about the development from ancient to modern times, from folk culture to the influence of Buddhism and Confucianism in life. Tianshan is more than just a mountain. It is a living epic of Chinese culture, nature, and legend. Legends of gods, dragons, and hidden treasures not only captivate the imagination, but also make this place transcend time and space. If you ever set foot in China, don't miss Tianshan. The deeper you go, the more you are drawn into the indescribable beauty, where every step can open up a magical story told through rocks, forests, and clouds. Whether you are looking for adventure, spirituality, or relaxation, Tianshan has something for you. Let the ancient magic here reawaken your passion for discovery and pave the way for your next journey. Not only Tianshan, the nearby Bengsi water cave also has a similar mysterious look. Inside the cave are hundreds of ancient carvings depicting guardians, often dragons, phoenixes, and mythical creatures, who are said to protect the cave from evil spirits and lost souls. Many of the statues are more than 20 meters long, intricately carved, representing power and rebirth. Their presence makes the space in the cave mysterious and sacred, like entering a forgotten fairy tale world. Bengsi Water Cave is also famous for its record. It is the largest underground river cave in the world. The inner river is more than 2.3 kilometers long and can be navigated by boat, while the total length of the cave is more than 5 kilometers, attracting hundreds of thousands of tourists every year. Inside, there are thousands of stalactites and stalagmites of all shapes and sizes, many up to 6 meters high, formed over more than 5 million years. The stalactite system in the cave is one of the oldest and most exquisite systems still existing in Asia. The water in the cave is crystal clear. You can see all the way to the bottom and maintains a stable temperature of about 12 degrees all year round. In summer, this is an ideal place to escape the heat and is also very suitable for ecotourism and scientific exploration activities. The cave was formed by limestone erosion over more than 5,000 years, creating layers of rock with unique colors and textures. They are considered by geologists as living maps recording the changes of the Earth's crust over millennia. The ecosystem around the cave is also very rich with more than 30 species of bats, 10 rare species of freshwater fish, and many creatures adapted to the environment of complete darkness. Banksy is not only a tourist destination, but also a world-class precious biological and geological research site. Sixth Banksy Cave is an internationally recognized research center, attracting scientists from more than 20 countries. Here they study stratigraphy fossils, dark living microorganisms, and evolutionary models adapted to the closed cave environment. Seventh, the underground river winding inside the cave becomes the most prominent tourist attraction. Visitors can sit on a traditional wooden boat following a path more than 2.3 kilometers long, artistically illuminated with hundreds of LED lights, creating a dreamy effect like entering a fairy tale world.